Have you ever tried siphoning gasoline through a hose? Disgusting, especially if you get any gas in your mouth. Nastiness. Well, I've actually never tried it, but I've had people tell me it's gross. Anyway, today we're looking at a product called Turbo Pump, and it actually takes that nastiness out of siphoning. If you're new here, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at this turbo pump and see if it's any good. I am so excited to try out this turbo pump. You're supposed to be able to transfer gas and water and other liquids very quickly. It does have a siphoning technology where you're supposed to be able to get every last drop. Let's do an unboxing. All right, so here we go. I've got my directions. We're going to look at those in just a second. Let's continue the unboxing. Well, it looks pretty simple. So I've got this part right here, which I'm guessing goes into the liquid, and then it transfers through this hose. At least that's what it looks like to me. Let me look to see. Oh, there's an on button here, an on-off button, sorry. An on-off button there. Let me check the directions to see what exactly I need to do. I've read through the directions and things seem pretty easy. I will say it has like an auto stop feature and I think that's cool, and that must be this little wire. I don't know if you can see the wire that runs through. So you're not supposed to be able to overflow a container. I like that. It does take 3 AAA batteries and it doesn't come with it. I'm so frustrated. I never have any batteries around. Oh wait, I forgot about these. All right, so it does require 3 AA batteries, so let's get these out, and we will install, and then I'm going to go test it out on some gas tanks. I don't know if you have the same problem that I do, but I always have difficulty pouring from one of these containers into my lawnmower, and it's because this weird finagled thing you're supposed to push in, and this black piece sits on there, but it always leaks, and I have another one of these where this entire and broke, and so it just leans over to the side, so it just leaks. So I'm excited to try the turbo pump in this application. So what I'm gonna do is I take off the tip of that gas can, open up here. So what I'm supposed to do is I take this end and I put it all the way down into my gas pump, and I'm gonna hook this piece right here on, let's see it, and let's hit the on button. Ready? Did you see the gas going through? That's pretty cool. Now, I have about 3/4 of a tank of gas in here, and there's definitely more gas in here than I need. So I'm going to see if this does that auto shut off like it said it would. I am pretty impressed with the speed at which this is going through. Now, it's nearing the moment of truth. I'm almost on full here, and so this should come up. So let's see what happens. Oop. I know you can't hear that, but the motor just shut off and it did not overflow. I mean, maybe a little bubble or two, but that is pretty cool. We just finished filling, but there's still some fuel right here in the tube. You might be able to see that. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to bring it up, and it's actually just draining right back out of the bottom of the turbo pump back into the gas can. You know what? Not too bad. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to work at all. Tell me, what do you think of this turbo pump? Have you used this before or something like it? Would you? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. As I was filming this video, I turned on the news and I saw that there is a gas shortage here on the East Coast, and I just filled up my lawnmower. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take my turbo pump and reverse the process. Put this down in there, hit the power button, and fill up my tank again. That way I'm ready for my car. So I have a pair of fresh batteries in here, and so I want you to see the rate at this coming out. It's actually coming out pretty fast. That's really impressive. Now, they do say as your battery level goes down, this will get weaker and weaker, so make sure you always operate this with pretty decent batteries, but I'm actually really impressed with the rate of flow. For those of you that were wondering, you can use the turbo pump to gas up your vehicle. I'd say the most annoying thing about the turbo pump is the maintenance. They say after each use, stick it into a 5-gallon bucket and run it with some warm, soapy water. They say 1 teaspoon of soap, and that's a lot of soap for 1 teaspoon, and run it from one bucket to another so you're cleaning it out. And they say you might have to do this several times so that the water or liquid coming out is clear. This is just the process of cleaning it out, but I wanted you to see that stream from this angle. It's pretty impressive. I ended up switching to this bucket that I cut the top off and sprayed with Flex Seal. I don't know if you saw that video, but I like this better because the turbo pump actually reaches the bottom. When I use this bucket on by itself, it only drains about half it because it doesn't reach the bottom. This way I know I'm rinsing out a lot of liquid through it. In this video, we were looking at the turbo power. So what did I think of it? Absolutely liked that it was able to take gas from my gas tank and put it into my lawnmower, and because of an emergency, take it from my lawnmower and put it right back into the gas tank. Very convenient, and I really liked it. Now, I will say for the period of time that I was using it, about 30 minutes or so, I noticed that the battery power got weaker towards the end. Now, I did use some generic batteries, so maybe that's to be expected, but I just want to let you know that this thing is a battery hog. So be prepared either with some rechargeable batteries or just with a lot of batteries to keep putting this in there. Even though you're not going to use it 30 minutes at one time, it does wear down the battery pretty fast. I didn't like the cleaning process. Now, I understand it, but I thought, man, this is annoying. Every time I have to rinse this thing out, that to me was a little bit of frustration, but in the end, it did what it was supposed to do. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Just wanted to show you a few things. If you look right here, let me see if I can get a good focus in. Right up here is your sensor. There we go. Right here is your sensor where it detects the overflow. So I would still have caution just in case that thing ever went bad. You don't want to overflow your gas tank. Also, this little piece right here corresponds with this piece down here on the turbo pump. And you can just hook this up and clip it. That way, when you hang it by this piece, it all stays together. All right, so on the back here, they actually, let's zoom in here again, they have a spot right here where you're supposed to write down what it was used for, and since I used it for gas, I'm going to write gas right here because they absolutely say you should not use this for other products, especially if you use it for gas. So I'm going to leave it here so I know always what this was used for. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the turbo pump. You know what? I couldn't have done this video if it wasn't for my battery daddy. You know how it rescued us and gave us the batteries we need? That's a review I did not that long ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.